What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? Good morning. Hello. How's everyone doing? I hope that things are well wherever you are. Things here are similarly well. Hello, hello. What it do, and good morning. Welcome to, as you can see, this is clearly not ideology. I wanted to make that clear to anyone from YouTube that may be watching. That show cannot stream for 3 months. This is not ideology, a completely different show. Kind of an offshoot of that show, I'll admit. Still high, though? Well, yeah. And we're still spouting ideology as well. You know. We're just doing it on a different show. Fundamentally different show. Boo, I miss Heidi. I know, man. I know. But what can we do? Look, I bullied someone. I bullied someone, okay? And it takes a man. It takes a man to admit his faults. And I'm going to just come clean with you guys right here. I bullied someone, okay? And there are consequences on this platform for doing that, okay? It says it right there in the TOS. Number 1, no bully. And I bullied. Loved the co-stream yesterday. That was a lot of fun, man. It felt very old school. And it was way more comfortable. Like TJ and I have done these, co-phone streams and shit together. But, having all the stuff there, the mics and a comfy chair and shit made it way more sustainable and comfortable to sit and chill with you guys for a long time, so. It wasn't just bullying, it was hate speech. Now, look, dude. I step forward as your first mod, Paul. I appreciate that, but I've already got a couple of mods over here. I don't know if either of them are here this morning. I know one of them's an Australian, so. You got a D on your English paper, should you kill yourself? Nah, man, nah. Not over that. Not a D. Like, if it was an F, then maybe. Well, we got to talk today about the future of not ideology. How things are going to be handled. I'm still kind of mulling over in my head what I can do, if anything, to I don't know, to lessen the amount of fucking bullshit that I have to go through to get this stupid show out to people. In terms of, like, getting flagged and copyright strikes and shit. And I've got some ideas. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. Paul, my friend, thinks you're cute. Your friend needs new glasses. Didn't you have a YouTube contact that helped you with DP? If we did, we don't anymore. So I never dealt with that end of things, so that would be a Ben question or a TJ question for sure. Maybe you can stop being a bully. Well, that's step 1. Step 1 to the new not ideology. The brand new show is no bully. Number 2, I'm not sure, but, I guess I'll run it by you guys, and you can let me know what you think of it. here's the thing. I've got a lot on my plate with the other channels, and adding more maintenance and stuff to this channel is not exactly what I want to do. But if that's what I have to do to avoid it being flagged out of existence every time one of them goes live, what I might do is do these just for the live audience and then take them down rather than put them up in totality, and cut out some of the highlights, I guess, of them, and put those up on the channel. That would, I think, lessen the chance of one of these long-ass streams getting flagged down. I don't know, man. You can hear a rapper? It's not a rapper, dude. All right, I don't have a black dude with sagging pants and a gold chain and a 6'4" Impala over here, okay? What's the greatest thing you've ever created from your own perspective? I don't know. I was really proud of that video, A Window, that I made about depression. But I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Are you in touch with Billy or Ben, or has the relationship soured? I wouldn't say the relationship has soured. I haven't talked to either of those guys in a while, but I don't think it's out of some soured relationship. I don't know why people are so incredibly interested in that kind of bullshit anyway. I mean, it's just like a constant drumbeat with some people. It's like, let's check in on Paul's personal friendships. My Patreon did DFF. So happy I did it. Love the Charles. Oh, cool, man. I'm glad. Glad you're enjoying yourself. Please keep uploading the full streams. I always go back and watch these. They're really... I mean, I understand that, but you have to understand, like, from my perspective, one of the major and most fundamental problems with this show, as it's evolved into something a little new, is that it seems to be a target for copyright claims and now flagging. And I'm trying to lessen this. I figure... Here's another thing that I thought of doing. Performing the show here live and then uploading it in its entirety to an archive channel. And then just maybe putting up clips here of, you know, the best of an episode. You know, when something happens that I think is notable in an episode, I'll download it real quick, cut it out, throw it up on this channel, and then have some kind of an archive channel where the entire raw stream will be uploaded. I don't know, man. I mean, what I would prefer to do is what I've always done, and just, you know, do these and let the full video go up. People can watch them as they want, but I don't think that is going to work anymore. Sounds like a lot of work, yeah. I mean, cutting these up would not be super hard. Especially if, you know, there's just like one or two quick moments. I've gotten pretty adept at just rough slicing a video. That would at least remove some of the danger from the main streaming channel, which is this now for 3 months for me. It would at least remove some of the danger of it being targeted out of existence. Make viewing an elitist thing and have it be per link only available. I don't know. I mean, I think, you know, the live viewing thing has always been an elitist thing. It's like you're either here or you're not. You know, those of you that can be here get the interactivity. I don't know, man. I haven't made up my fucking mind yet because, like I said, I really don't want to add a ton more fucking labor to the already fucking growing pile of shit that I have to do every week. But I really enjoy this channel and this format, and I want it to thrive, and I want to be able to do different things here, and you know, without too much fear of reprisal, which you don't really get that on YouTube, but I'm trying to mitigate it as best I can anyway. Good morning, Vincent. Who even flagged your... I don't even think it was an algorithm flag. That kind of flag, the harassment flags or whatever the fuck, those have to be manually flagged. So, I mean, there's some suspects. It might have just been a troll. You know, it's just some nameless troll that hangs around here that wanted to fuck with. It might have been the matinee. I mean, at this point, who can I... You know what I mean? Who do you blame? And does blaming somebody fix anything? No. I mean, the truth of the matter is that, you know, it happened. I've had to activate this channel. There's a good chance that it'll happen to the first one of these that I do on this channel, and there's really nothing I can do. And that's the sad part of YouTube. You know what I mean? There's a decent chance that this channel gets flagged down. And it's just like, well, all right. Hey, Paul, saw your recent ideology with your character Nebuchadnezzar Babylon. That was awesome. Also, really glad Sargon is being called out on his stinky bullshit nowadays. Me too. Not just Sargon, too. Like, all of these skeptos, man. Seems like the days when they got the free pass because they happen to be right in this particular argument when it comes to identity politics are over. People are tired of them sneaking in other political bullshit. How often do you get flagged? These videos, like as far as copyright flags, just to give you an idea. I did 5 ideology streams last week. And of those 5 streams, 3 of them were given copyright violations that caused someone else to be able to monetize them. 3 of them due to music that was labeled as royalty free. Now that's my fault. You know, I don't have a batch of royalty free background music that I can use for you guys, so I'm kind of relying on playlists. And then another couple of them due to just shit that we played while we were like videos that we watched while we were sitting here. It's ridiculous. Well, they're skeptical, you know, quote, end quote, where it counts. But that skepticism evaporates politically. Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. Hello there, folks. Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon here again. Once again with another video describing the SJW menace in my ongoing 720,000 part series, The Pink-Haired Monster, America's Doom. Good morning, Paul. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you, Colton. Hope you're doing well as well. This was one of the channels that I pulled the name for to make a creepypasta channel with, interestingly enough. This was going to be, when that was my plan for a personal channel rather than a movie review channel, the Poltergeist here was going to be that channel. And now that I've got it activated and I'm using it, I plan on dropping some really, really short-form existential horror-based pastas on you, like the 2 that I uploaded to this channel previously. Move to Twitch. We'll talk about Twitch in a second. The utter stupidity. Yeah, so... yeah, Pornhub, I mean, whatever. If they become a platform that's more, friendly to freedom of speech and provide a streaming platform, I'll go to Pornhub in a fucking second. I don't care. If that's where the wind is blowing, that's where I'm going. But that hasn't happened yet. Twitch is like I get a lot of people when, something gets flagged down. Like I made that video announcing on Ideology that the show had been flagged and I could no longer live stream to it. And one of the biggest, most repeated pieces of advice that I got, both in PMs and on Twitter DMs and in the fucking chat, is go to Twitch, go to Twitch, go to Twitch. And let me tell you something about, Twitch, when it comes to how restrictive they are with language and content, is worse than YouTube. This show, as it exists, would not survive on Twitch. It may not survive on YouTube, but at the very least, it's been demonstrated that it can happen here. But Twitch is not an option for me. 100% not an option for me. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his own brow? No, says the communist in the Kremlin. It belongs to the government. No, says the wolf at the CIA. It belongs to the people. Twitch sucks in a lot of ways. Yeah, I'll go to eFucked or Brazzers, maybe. I'll get a Brazzers channel. What do you guys think about that? Ideology, Brazzers. No, says the man behind the pulpit. It belongs to God. What about streaming on a cam site? The Ryby Jenkins method? No thanks. I'm not ready to go there yet. Do it on God TV radio, yeah. Streams you love. That's the thing, dude. It's just, I don't know. I don't know where, and it's kind of sad because I don't consider this show to be over the top fucking crazy or anything when it comes to that kind of content. We delve into shit sometimes, but for the most part, we're pretty laid back, low key show here. But there's not really a place right now where this show fits in terms of the type of content that we're doing, and you know what I mean? Paul's feet gif, endless loop. Yes. You tried playing Phoenix on HOTS yet? Nope. Haven't had a chance. I was just listening to the episode of DP where you cover Gale talking about the sea moon. Oh, God. Yeah. The moon is just a giant blob of semen or some shit. Run for the governor of Kentucky. I'd rather shoot myself in the head than be the governor of Kentucky. Can you stream on DTube? Yes, actually. DTube has like a DTube live thing. It's just, asking this audience to go to DTube, it's just not going to happen. That's all there is to it, dude. 90% of you are just not going to make the move. And I don't know what kind of mobile support DTube streaming has. It's probably not as good as YouTube. So it's just moving to a new platform with a show like that would be shooting myself in the foot in terms of the audience that I've garnered already. Just moving channels. For example, on Ideology, I could turn this stream on any time of day, right? And get over 100 viewers every time without breaking a sweat. Now, I've been live for 20 minutes, and there's 80 people here. So already just, in having to move from one channel to the other, the vast majority of people that watch this have probably not moved over to this channel. And it's just like, you know what I mean? So you're talking about moving to a whole new platform. I'd be streaming to 5 of you on DTube if I was lucky. I mean, sure, you got to build your base, and I'm confident that I could build one on DTube, and that slowly but surely people would migrate. But it's just like, you know, it just feels like shooting yourself in the foot when you've got an established group of people that are already watching. It is what it is, man. I have to do a lot of thinking about the future of this channel, and it's not really one that I've considered much. But as I've done this has become an important part of my day. And it's something that I care way more about than I ever thought I would. So I've just got to figure out what I think is best for the channel and make some stupid executive decisions and shit. And, you know, not everybody's going to like whatever it is I choose, I'm sure. But I'm just trying to preserve this as a format. Why do you enjoy it so much? I mean, I've talked about that before. There are a multitude of reasons why I like doing this. I like, you know, interacting directly with the people that watch the things that I make. As frustrating as that can be sometimes, it's a really rewarding thing. I love how free I am here to say and do whatever I want. Oh, there's no bully. No bully. Okay. I think we're back. Yeah, situation just happened. I'm not exactly sure. Sure what? Well, that was interesting. And for some reason, my webcam is not. Let's see. Yeah, my webcam is just like fucking busted. That's wonderful. Just another thing. You know what I mean? Just another fucking thing. Oh well, at least we've got the beautiful ocean waves. Yeah, gremlins. I'll have to look at that later. I probably just need to restart my computer or some shit. It happens. What are you gonna do, man? Yeah, trust me, I know my face is not really making it or breaking it. All right, I can't hang with this. It's too much. I need something. Okay. Fuck, man. I'm feeling that fucking wave of anxiety again that I get when music is just not doing it for me. Take a deep breath. Yeah, dude. We'll just go with some ambient piano for a little while, because that can hardly ever offend. It's probably the best background music there is. Avenged Sevenfold, yeah. When you're feeling a wave of panic and anxiety, put on some Avenged Sevenfold. That'll calm you down. Piano music pisses you off. Oh man. What are you gonna do? DMX, yeah, definitely some low anxiety music there. No thanks. I'm going to pass on that. Motorhead is, yeah, Motorhead, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Cocaine, nicotine, Valium, Vicodin, marijuana, ecstasy, and alcohol. Yeah, I wish I could play actual music. See, that's another thing. I would love to move this to a site that's more focused on the audio than the visual and do it more like a radio show. Where we kind of do this free-form thing that we all do with that kind of structure, where if I want to play a song, I just play a fucking song. I know you can play music on Twitch, but that's, you just can't talk about anything that people care about on Twitch. Like if I did a Twitch show, this show would have to be 100% like, hey guys, what's going on? Hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up? What's up, ladies, gentlemen, and gender neutral folks, gender non-binary folks? How's it going? How are all of Zizai, Zo, and Zum doing today? Say, I just walked outside right before I started the stream. I'll tell you guys a story. Oh man. I walked outside before I started the stream, man, and the sun, let me tell you guys something. The sun was shining down on me. You ever done that? You ever just walk out into the sun and it just hits you and you just feel alive, Man, I'll tell you, that happened to me right before I started today's stream. The energy in here is absolutely fantastic. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for this platform. Thank you so much to Twitch TV for being the most awesomest, most clean-cut Mormon fucking entertainment on the fucking internet. Oh God. I am so sorry. Can we stop the stream? Just stop the stream. I have to edit that out. I have to edit out I said an F word. Just keep going. All right. I'll just anyway, sorry for the technical difficulties there, guys. Anyway, we were talking about how the sunshine makes you feel good. Fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah. Wacky crazy story time with Paul's Ego on The Fox 94.5 FM, your morning drive news source. With the crazy, the wacky, the zany antics of Paul's Ego. What's up, everybody? Coming at you this morning. How's everybody feeling? You got your coffee in hand? You got your cigarette in your mouth? You ready to rock out and talk out with your out? Oh my God, kill me now, dude. The Ideology Morning Zoo starts now. Yeah, I need to get like that slide whistle sound. Boop, like all this bullshit. Yeah, I'd love to turn. I tried to turn on my camera earlier, and this is what I'm getting. This is my webcam. Everybody, say hi to Paul's Ego's webcam. So, I'll have to look at that later. Usually, I've got a webcam, but today we'll have to settle for bacon. Why not just stream from your channels on YouTube with a redirect to different websites? Like, what do you mean? You'll have to explain that idea to me better. You're talking about just streaming privately on YouTube and then have my own website where that stream is visible and interactable from there? I don't know, man. I'd have to figure out if that's even a feasible thing. But once again, anything that requires you guys to migrate to a new platform means I lose about half of you guys. And that's just the honest assessment. Happy birthday yesterday to you. Yeah. Happy birthday yesterday, dude. Holy shit. I am dying of thirst. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to run downstairs, grab some ice water. I'll be right back. You guys, watch the bacon sizzle. Hey. Hope you enjoyed that music this morning, folks. That was Deep Space Ballet. I'm Paul Zigo here on 94.5 The Fox in the morning, your constant companion for your dreary drive to work. Oh, Moppy Puppy, you are committed to one angle of trolling, aren't you? Please welcome our first guest, legendary... Yeah, today... Oh, man, we got a guest for you today, man. I wish I had some horns to honk while I did this, man. It would really just drive it all home. WNBC. Fix the cam now. Shut up. Shut up, you. Don't tell me what to do. Try and tell me what to do again. I'll slap your fucking fresh mouth, kid. I'll slap your fucking fresh mouth, kid. All right? I reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. Okay? You'll beat him up for me? Cool, Bobby Bush. Thanks. Yeah, whoop his ass, man. Whoop his ass. That's right. I reserve the right. Anyway. Whatever. So yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like that this stream, at least at the beginning here, has been mostly about just like housekeeping issues and shit, and I apologize for that. That's not the most fucking entertaining thing to talk about, but I've got to talk about it with you guys because, you know, you're the people it affects, so I've got to get at least an idea of how you feel about different ideas and what you think I should do. Because there's no show without people to watch it. But, I don't know, man. It's the Coolman. Yeah, I migrated all my mods from Ideology over, so it'll be Ashley and Doom Kid and Coolman. The dynamic trio. Keeping the tism spam to a minimum. Hum de dum 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 bum 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 bum. Dum dum bum bum bim 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 dum bum bum. Hey baby, what's going on? Oh, hey Barrel Eye. Why are you acting all skittish this moment? Are you still mad at me? Mad at you, honey? I was just on my period. I just got in my rag. Your rag? Yeah, I got my rag. What's it? You ain't never gotten your rag? I'm a male blobfish, so I don't get my period. I didn't say your period. I said, did you get your rag? I don't know what a rag is. Well, you could use one because you got a little spittle on your lips, honey. Spittle? Yeah, what? Anyway, you heard the latest bullshit going on? Bullshit? Yeah, bullshit. Constant, non-stop bullshit. Bullshit? Bull motherfucking shit. Bullshit? That's right. You know this deep-fried fat shit that I told you about? Yeah, where you were telling me last week that some of the guys from the Drunken Peasants. Yeah, that's right. 3 cucks. Three cucks from the Drunken Peasants. Yep. They left and they created their own show. That's right. The deep fat fry. Mm-hmm. They announced today how they're going to be handling their Patreon, honey, and you will never believe this. Their what? Never mind. They're going to put half their show behind a motherfucking paywall. A paywall? A paywall, motherfucker. Like, look. Deep fat fried, right? You get it for free one day. But then if you want it a second day a week, they're going to want you to pay $5 out of your pocket every month. $5 for one show? Well, not $5 for 4 shows. And a bunch of extra ass shit, but still. I mean, sounds like a pretty good deal to me. That's because you a cuck. You a cuck just like those 3 cucks what left the drunken peasants. You don't know what you're talking about, boy. Are you mad at me again? Hell yeah, I'm mad at you. You hear this shit, Red Lip? Hey, what's this motherfucker talking about? Like, he really wants to pay $5 to these stupid... That's what I'm talking about. This motherfucker over here saying, like, he'd be happy to pay $5. You know what I'm going to do? What are you going to do, man? Because I know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pirate that shit. Honey. I'm going to pirate that shit. I already did pirate that shit, essay. That's right, Red Lip. That's right, Red Lip. See you later, cuck-ass blob fish. All right. See you guys next time. Wow. Holy shit. The sea is a crazy place, man. The sea is an insane place. So much going on. So much going on under the waves that we just don't see. I know, like, I thought marine biology was pretty boring, you know, but when I started to actually tune into what was going on under there, I mean, you can see the underbelly. Yeah, dude, my webcam is not, here, I'll show you what it does. Here's my webcam, folks. Yeah, I just have to fuck with it, and that wouldn't, you know, I could stop the stream, and, you know what I mean? But at this point, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys cool pictures, and we'll just talk. Why was it working? Shut up, dude. Get out of here. I look really good, thanks, man. I've been trying this new kind of wave thing with my hair. Get space backgrounds? I've got, like... I don't really have space background. I guess I do. I've got the moon. The latest season of SpongeBob looks interesting. Oh, God, no. Can't hang, dude. Can't hang with SpongeBob, man. There's something about that shit that's just like, there's too much. It's like a great example to me of how cartoons have become almost unwatchable. Because, like, when I was a kid, you know, they were fast-paced and exciting when they needed to be, but they were slow-paced enough that you could actually follow the interactions that were going on. And SpongeBob is one of those, like, I feel like the people making the show are doing insane amounts of crystal. And they're making the show thinking that their audience is also doing insane amounts of crystal. Vagina the sleeve. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about vagina. And it's vagina do sleeve, okay? Not the sleeve. I haven't even watched TV in a year or two. I was making a joke about the... oh, okay. I thought you were actually a SpongeBob fan. Coming up next on 96.5, call in and tell us about your favorite childhood cartoons. I know mine. I'll give you a little hint. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Whoa, I guess that wasn't a hint. I guess I gave the whole thing away. Hey, here's a word from our sponsors. Stay tuned. Their audiences are kids. It's the same as doing insane amounts of crystal. Yeah, you're probably right. Why don't the DFF live in a foreign country? You have a remote source of income. You could live anywhere. That's a great misconception. Like, we don't make anywhere near enough money to live anywhere in the world. Maybe at the height of, the drunken peasants, that might have been feasible for us to live somewhere out of country and still make our money, but it's just not a feasibility right now. A hot rail is where you do a line of meth through a heated glass rod. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Get out of here, Bobby Bush. We don't need underworld drug terminology definitions, Bobby Bush. How many times did you fap to Velma as a kid? A bunch of times, dude. That's no joke either. Like my whole love for Velma thing, like, I might play it up a little bit, like a little bit of that might have been kayfabe, but I really do think that Velma's smoking fucking hot, dude. Maybe you could dress up as a chimpanzee again and kill Velma, and then, Moppy Puppy, why are you so committed to this one line, dude? I don't know. Do I listen to any audio-only podcasts? Right now, I don't. I finished up one that I was listening to that I really enjoyed. It was a D&D podcast, actually, called Thursday Nights, where the dudes played through a bunch of campaigns with persistent characters, and when they died, they had to come back as another character, and I don't know, it was really cool. Very different kind of content, very easy to listen to and fall asleep to at night, and then kind of the next night you pick up where you left off. Thursday Nights, but with a K, dude. Get it? D&D podcast, Thursday Nights. Yeah, I should check out Howard's podcast. I bet it'd be interesting. You actually fapped to Velma? The 90s must have been a fucked up time. Oh, yeah, dude. You'd be surprised. Like, before porn was available at the push of a button. I mean, I've fapped to some shit that is totally just, like, unthinkable. Not, like, gross, but just, like, the type of material. Like, I've fapped to, catalogs that my mom had laying around, like Macy's catalogs and shit that had a swimwear section where, like, there were chicks in bathing suits. I've fapped to fuzzy porn is what we used to call it, where back in the day when you had cable, certain channels were scrambled but not totally. So you could get, like, scrambled HBO, right? And late at night, HBO became basically softcore porn. You know what I mean? HBO After Dark or whatever would start, and it was like softcore porn and shows about sex. And you'd watch that shit. I mean, yeah, desperate times, dude. You'd be surprised. Dude, I used to, like, that shit during the Bodacious Babes episode where I talked about having a poster of Cindy Crawford up on my wall. I jerked off to that. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes that was just, look, that's all that there was. So what are you going to do? Trying nofap and this, yeah, I don't understand the whole nofap thing. I can understand the trying to break pornography addiction thing, but, like, this whole, like, denying yourself sexual release, like, I don't understand what that's about. That seems very unhuman to me. I like, once again, I can understand wanting to break this, like, dependence on porn if that's your problem. Oh, dude, yeah, like, I couldn't get video porn, like, which is something that's just, like, taken for granted today. Like, there's a million sites with just every type of pornographic act you can possibly conceive of, streamed a million different ways, a million different levels of quality. Like, dude, you couldn't get video. Like, when the internet first started, like, it would have taken, like, 2 days to download a full porn. You know what I mean? Like, it was pictures, and shitty pictures too. Really low resolution, pixelated porn. You just don't, like, people don't understand. Like, the cornucopia of porn that's available today, it wasn't that way, and it's not that long ago. I'm an old fuck, but I ain't that old, So, it wasn't that long ago that this, the world was a porn wasteland. Like, another thing, too, that's completely fallen off is the porn magazine, which, like, all the way up until my 20s, into my, like, early 20s and mid-20s, was a pretty reliable jerk-off method. I remember when I had this long-term relationship that broke off, and I was all butthurt about it and sad, and one of my friends gave me this big, giant, like, garbage bag filled with porn. He's like, here, man. You need this more than I do, man. You'll be all right. Just here you go. And all it was just a bunch of fucking disgusting, dirty magazines. Hustlers and, like, Barely Legals and, whatever. Fucking all these, crazy-ass fucking magazines of just pictures of chicks with their pussies spread open. And, oh, yeah, dude, you were thankful for that shit. I was like, I thought that was such a nice gesture at the time. Were they sticky? Oh, dude, I'm sure they were. But you didn't really think of it that way. It was the thought that counts, When my grandfather found my dad's porno mags, he brought them down to the family dinner. Man, that's fucked up. Have all your shit just thrown out there in front of everybody at dinner. Dude, how's that okay? Did you ever go on Babe Station and jerk off to Pretty Young? Hello, Pretty. Hello, Pretty. I'm touching my cock right now thinking about your fucking right tits, you fucking dirty bitch, fucking Pretty. Yeah, you like that? Does that get your pussy wet to think about me touching my cock while I'm looking at your tits, Pretty? It's like, holy shit, what the fuck? What's going on in that dude's head where he, like... I'm touching my cock, Pretty. Dude, I can't imagine being actually one of those chicks that dude is doing that to and seeing one of those videos, dude. That's male privilege right there. I'll never have to know what that feels like. God, dude, can you imagine, like, if you were Pretty and that, like, 'cause that video is one thing to us. I love watching you on Babe Station, Pretty. On the other side of the coin, it's weird how you have dudes who legit go to strip clubs with their dads. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I can't really say much because, I have that story on my 21st birthday where, like, let's just not mention that. But you get my point, right? I can't really talk too much shit. But I definitely, I never went to a strip club with my dad. Why, yes, Slade Wilson, I would kindly do that. Oh. Whoops. What's your longest lived pet? I don't know, man. My dog Casey that I had, it was my first dog. She lived to be pretty old. She was an Irish Setter Golden Retriever mix, and she was about 10 when she died. Probably one of my mom's cats, honestly. She had this cat Tootsie that lived like fucking almost 22 years or some shit. And I mean, it was a cat that should have died. Like, at one point it got feline AIDS, which I didn't even know was a thing. But it's not, I guess it's not the same thing as human AIDS, but whatever, it's the same thing. It's an immune deficiency. She was just dying, right? And my mom takes Tootsie to the vet, and the vet's like, yeah, she's got feline AIDS or feline leukemia or whatever it is I'm thinking of. And he's like, the only way to save her is this really expensive treatment and involves multiple blood transfusions. And, it's just, it's really expensive. My mom was like, how much is it? And ended up, like, taking out a fucking loan to get this cat multiple full-body blood transfusions. And I shit you not, it lived. It went in, had the blood transfusion, and was great. It came home all energetic, and then it started to get sick again. And I was like, Mom, this cat is dying, and you're dumping all this money. And she's like, that's just part of this treatment, Peaches. That's part of the treatment. She gets new blood, and then she has to go back and get new blood again. And I was like, well, fuck. Like, this cat is like, oh, no, I totally understand that, dude. I'm not making fun. I'm just saying, like, it was crazy, the amount of money and the amount of medical procedures that this cat had. But I shit you not, after the third blood transfusion and a bunch of other shit, too, the cat was fine and lived another 10 years before it finally died. I can't remember how much it was. I was a kid when it happened, so it's like I wasn't tuned into that. But I just remember it was, my mom had to, like, take out a loan against the house to pay for it. Do you cry when your animals die? Yeah, man. On the Ideology channel, if you go back and find a video called For Boogie, it's me crying the day my little dog Boogie died. So yeah, I do. I love my pets. NoFap turns you into a rabbit animal. I went for like 2 weeks and I couldn't stand it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really interested in trying that. And by the way, I want to thank you all for chilling with me today here on Not Ideology. This is, of course, not Ideology. That channel can't stream for 3 months because of bully. This is not Ideology, of course. Just so you know. We are the poltergeist. It ripped off her face. NoFap ruined Andy Worski's life after 4 days. Wow. I pictured G-Man dancing Lindy Hop to this music. Cool. Good for you, man. That's one of those personalities that I just don't know why people are still even mentioning to me. It's like, it's so weird. Like, maybe it's not weird to you guys because I spent so much time talking about G-Man, but my mind is so distant from ever talking about G-Man. You guys don't understand. It's so weird when, like, old memes like that come up because it's just like, I feel totally, like, I feel like I threw those in the rubbish bin of my mind and I've moved on to new memes, and, like, everybody else is still like, yeah, but what about G-Man, bro? And I'm just like, oh. What about him? Yeah, thanks for tuning in to Wake and Bake with the Poltergeist. Coming up next, what's the point of all this bullshit? Stay tuned. We're going to talk about the hell That is existence. And I know all of you this morning, waking up, having your first cup of coffee, you understand that hell better than most people do. We'll be right back. $7:30 a.m. here. Taking kids to school sucks, but at least there's Paul. That's true. Yeah, that must suck. That's one of those things that I'll just never experience, man. You know, it's one of those big, like, life experiences. And if you think about it, like, in American culture, your whole life traditionally is built around having children, getting a stable job with a stable environment enough that you can have children and raise them and send them out into the world, you know? And it's a weird thing to be part of humanity that just that's opting out of that. Because I kind of feel like you're moved to the margins of people's minds. When you're not going to procreate, it's just kind of like, oh, well, he's done. It's almost like the brains of people around you kind of react to the evolutionary truth that your bloodline ends with you, and like, this really doesn't matter. You know, you're not perpetuating the species, so... What's the traffic looking like out here? That's a great question, Jake Masters. For that, we're going to go to our caveman traffic reporter, Thag Rockington. Thag, are you there? Thag here in the rock chopper. Thag think you should stay away from I-45 this morning. Thag see much congestion on ground there due to car accident. Police are currently on Thag's scene. When your life gets done, just pull a Kurt Cobain. When did I say that, dude? I never said that, dude. Don't quote me on shit like that, dude. Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit. No, that's the rock chopper, dude. It's Thag's rock chopper. Thag, the traffic reporting caveman. Right here on 94.5, The Fox. Not 94.5, The Fox. I love those, like, rock station bumpers that they do, where they're like, we're not here to play you music. We're here to kick your ears ass. Rock time on 94.7. You're just like, what? You're gonna kick my ears ass? Okay. Let me change the channel then. $99.3 The Fox. $99.3 The Fox. Oh, yeah, dude. I love how radio stations think people want to hear the annoying hosts. Like, when I turn on the radio, if I'm on a long road trip and for whatever reason I'm not listening to Spotify from my phone or some shit, like, and I tune into the radio, the last thing I want to hear is some douchebag trying to be funny in between the songs. Just play the songs. Play the songs, play the stupid commercials that you have to do to pay the bills, and fire the stupid douchebag. Just replace him with a fucking, like, computer that plays a playlist. Honestly, dude. Is there anybody here that likes it when the DJs pipe in on the radio? Oh, dude, morning zoo shit is some of the most unlistenable. Like, oh my god, you feel like you simultaneously want to kill the DJ because he's one of the most annoying personalities on the planet, but you feel bad for him too, because you realize that underneath all that crazy fucking bullhorn bullshit and the honking horns and the slide flute fucking drop that they use every fucking 15 seconds and the explosion drop and the, just the everything that a morning zoo radio show has. And you just realize that person is just like a monkey trapped in a cage being tortured with a fucking cattle prod by the zookeeper. Oh, I know, dude. Radio broadcasting is why this medium exists. So, you have to pay homage to that. I'm just saying, like, it's devolved to the point where, I don't remember radio being that bad when I was a kid. But it also, like, Howard Stern caused that. Howard Stern started this whole shock jock bullshit. Back in the day, radio hosts used to be like, all right, coming up at the top of the hour, we got some Van Halen. And then stay tuned, Aerosmith fans. You're not going to be disappointed with our next block. But first, here's some commercials. Like, that's the most you got out of these dudes. And then, you know what else? You know what they would do with the rest of their time? They'd play fucking Van Halen and Aerosmith and whatever else was popular. You know what I mean? They played music. But Howard Stern came along and found something fun to do with the radio. And everybody else thought they could do it and started trying to emulate it, and it just absolutely ruined radio. Now radio is a medium that people are just flocking away from in droves for other kinds of entertainment. Oh, dude, the aux cord changed my life, right? Like, I know that's silly, but I bought a Scion XB in 2016. It was the first new car that I'd ever owned. Really, up until this point, the only new car that I've ever owned still. Had like a little aux port on it. And when I figured out that I could plug my phone into that and play any music that I wanted, it was just like, oh my God, that was it, dude. I just stopped. Eventually I got Sirius satellite radio, and I would listen to Howard Stern a lot. Because, like, when it comes to the morning zoo style, that's the best. Like, he's the one that invented it. And there's a reason why he's successful at it and the rest of the world is scrambling for the crumbs. Maybe not anymore. That show has kind of really taken a downturn. Streaming services in particular are amazing. Makes pirating way less convenient / worth it. Sure. I don't know, man. It's hard to know what the future of this kind of thing is. I feel a lot of the time like there really is no future in this kind of content. When it comes to like this, like vlogging, just hanging out, talking to people, starting a show with no agenda, and just kind of coming into it and letting happen whatever happens. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think that this has a future. I think that there's people out there that still want this, luckily, but I just don't think that the mass audience likes this kind of content. People like shit that's, packaged now, which I don't blame them. You know what I mean? This generation of kids now, really young people, teenagers and below, they're like the cut the bullshit generation. And I come from a generation of, like, give us more bullshit. I have this natural I like listening to wordy people talk and go through streams of consciousness. It's just, I don't know, it's interesting to me, but that's not what it seems like the younger generation is at all interested in. So, it's one of those things, man. A dying breed of entertainment, I think. Twitch IRL shit where people are doing basically this is pretty popular. See, yeah, I'm out of touch with that. I don't fuck with that shit. I think I tuned into an IRL streamer one time. I don't even remember who it was, and it was just some guy sitting in a diner being an extroverted asshole, involving people who were there just to get lunch in his stupid fucking stream and shit. I don't know. It was just uncomfortable. I'm not interested in that kind of shit. I'm not looking to make, anybody uncomfortable with my presence. Like, that's why I do this from a distance. I don't really get that. It might. Oh yeah, it might have been Ice Poseidon. I don't know. It was like one of the. It was definitely one of the top streamer guys because it was like, the top stream in IRL, and I was like, all right, let's see what this is. Let's see what's going on. I clicked on it, and it was some fucking ass clown sitting in a diner, being really loud and obnoxious with his stream with other people in there, and trying to involve the waitress, and she's clearly uncomfortable and like, dude, I got tables, and you know what I mean. And I'm just watching this, going like, what? All right. So being an asshole in public now is popular. All right, cool. I'll take that down. Hey, you know what I'm going to do, man? I'm going to do an IRL stream where I go and order something from a drive-through fast food joint, and I'm going to take forever at the drive-through and watch people get mad. Whoa, tune in. It's fun to watch, yeah. I'm not trying to diss it. Like I said, I only tuned in one time, and what I saw was pretty insipid, but maybe there's people doing it that it's kind of fun. Could have been Andy Milonakis, yeah. I mean, I like Andy Milonakis, though. I like his trollish approach to life. I like Filthy Frank a lot. I didn't watch every video, but I really liked his willingness to build a strange world of characters and to fill his videos with all kinds of different things in the context of that world, from music, these crazy little like film noir vignettes, and this crazy unintelligible ongoing multi-dimensional plot line. Filthy Frank is a pretty brilliant dude. Or was. Yeah, I know he's no longer doing his thing. I don't blame him. But yeah, dude, like his music. I think Pink Guy has produced some actual legitimately good hip-hop, which is funny. Because it's a guy in a pink morph suit. You know what I mean? But he's got some skill, man. He's a good producer. He's a good vocalist. Filthy Frank is a legend, man. You should try and Twitch and beg every 5 minutes for people to sub. And oh man, see, I hate that, dude. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about like being a creator and sitting in front of you guys. I fucking hate asking for donations and shit. I will never do it, dude. Like I hesitate to say never. Like if we're raising money for something, yeah, I might do it. But I want to tell you guys, I really fucking hate it. I really hate how things have turned into like cash for attention. You know what I mean? It's kind of a soul-crushing thing to have to do as a performer. And I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of you out there hate it too, because I just hate how intrusive it is, and you know what I mean? But it's such a necessary evil at this point in life. You know what I mean? If you want to try and make money doing this, you're dependent on your audience to subsidize that. I mean, there's no way I'll ever become desensitized to that. I can promise you guys that shit. I'm never going to be one of these like robots that's like, hey, thanks for the 25 bits and blah, blah. Oh man, when I tune into a Twitch stream that's like that, where it's just like every 4 minutes is like a Patreon push or a bits push or how are we doing on our goal push. Thanks to subs, thank you for the donation, thank you. It's just like, oh man. It's just like too much for me, man. Can't hang with that shit. And I hate how that's become so prevalent. I mean, the adpocalypse really pushed that over the edge, but man. Andy Worski ruins his own Bloodsport show by constantly interrupting the discussion with I mean, yeah, dude. Oh my God, there's nothing worse. I mean, I've seen a lot of people have started doing just like I think Worski even does it now, like a section at the end where they read all the super chats and like, you know, if you want to hang out and listen to them field the questions, that's really a smart way to do it, I think. if you're going to be like a real super chat heavy show. Like for a show like this, just showing your chats on the screen and the super chats get highlighted and stuff. It's not real obtrusive, right? TJ is a little more obtrusive with his Streamlabs donations types and shit, but I've never gotten that set up to that extent here. In fact, I never really have done Streamlabs here at all. That may change. That's probably going to change in the future, but I just hate it, man. I just hate that style of shit because I see what it does to content and it just rots it. That's one of the reasons why we designed, people hate the fucking paywall shit, and I understand that, dude. I'd fucking hate it too. If I was just a casual consumer of internet content and somebody, there's some show I really liked and they're trying to get me to pay $5 for it. But it's like that, or we do these live streams where we're just begging and we got our fucking hand out to you guys fucking 90% of the time. And, every fucking sentence is punctuated with a mention of our goal bar or our fucking sub goals or our fucking donation goal for the night or some fucking comment that some dude typed in gets read by some robotic voice. Yeah, oh God, man. You know what I mean? It's like, where does that end? And the answer to that question is a paywall model. And that's all there is to it, dude. None of us wanted to go through the soul-crushing nightmare of running a show with a big fucking donation goal attached to it and a big fucking the constant interruption of super chat. It's just too much, dude. It's too disruptive to the content to make it worthwhile for the people watching. Have I mentioned DP? Because if I want to diss DP, I'll diss DP. I'm just talking about in general. In fact, I'm more talking about Twitch shows that are just constantly dominated by people thanking their new subs and thanking their new donators and having I didn't even mention that show. So please just go mining for drama elsewhere, please. That's not what this environment is. Yeah, dude, one thing you'll learn about me is that I'm not the type of guy that speaks out the side of his mouth. If I've got something to say about somebody, I say it directly, and I name that person or that entity. All right? I don't pussyfoot. DFF having more tiers. I hesitate to say there will never be another tier, but I want to keep it as simple as possible. And I really do think that just having that one level of like $5 and you're bought in, you know what I mean? I really like that idea, and it seems to be working well, man. We're all really happy with the numbers of people that have decided to give it a chance, and the feedback from those people seems to be on the whole pretty positive, and that number keeps growing. So I think that right now all of us are kind of focused on just growing that. Oh, dude, the worst is like when the like on those some of these popular channels that get like a sub every fucking 10 seconds on Twitch, and they've got some really annoying little looping GIF plus a noise that plays. Like, you know what I mean? And like those are fine, I guess, when they're only going off once in a while. But like, dude, when it's just like, oh, I got a new sub. That's great. Hey, welcome to the crew. Hey, got a new sub. Hey, Brofist, man. Welcome to the crew. Hey, can I get some poggers in the chat? Oh, hey, we got a new sub. Hey, thanks for the 12 months, man. Hey, can we get some poggers in the chat for 12 months? Oh, shit, man. Hey, thank you, Dr. Walrus 52 for the 6-month sub. Hey, can we get some poggers in the chat for that 6-month sub? And it's just some dude playing League of Legends and doing that. And I'm just like, and there are 14,000 people watching him, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is this content? What is this content? Why are there 14,000 people watching this? Why are there so many people waiting to throw $5 at this dude that his entire fucking stream is just a train of people? It's just crazy, man. But whatever, you can't hate. Those dudes are making a fucking killing, so clearly they got their finger on the pulse. I just can't do that kind of shit, dude. That would just crush my fucking soul, dude. That would crush my fucking soul right out of me. No, I actually watch Destiny streams. He's one of the he does it well. His donation goal sound is actually tonally pleasing and not obtrusive, and he keeps the volume level of it down to where it just kind of becomes part of the background of his stream. So Destiny is an example of a dude that's having to do that, but is doing it in a way that's not completely cucking his stream to the point of it just being a constant like parade of bullshit. Oh, I know, dude. I'm not supposed to like Destiny because, you know, he's a pedophile apologist now, I guess. I just saw some ridiculous video where they're questioning him about shit that happened in his chats like 6 years ago. And it's just like, oh, man, come on. Like, do you guys not stream? Do you not understand the type of shit that goes on in stream chats? Whatever. I really like Destiny. I think he's a smart dude. I think he's a gutsy little autist, you know what I mean? That autist's got balls. All right, dude. I'm gonna do everybody a fucking favor and time out Slade Wilson. Just please, no manatee bullshit. I don't care. Don't ask me about the manatee. Don't fucking start conversations about the manatee. I don't want to see any of that. Like I said, dude, this is a weird thing because I know like a lot of people still love that kind of content, but you got to understand, as a person that like participate, I could not be more done, dude. I honestly, like, I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of the fucking impression. I'm sick of the like, you know, it's just one of those things. I'm done. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I don't want to hear about Brett Keane. I don't want to hear about his toothless fucking mouth or his fat ass laying on a fucking mattress. And I just done, dude. I've been down that fucking dirty, fucking disgusting, unpaved road so many times, dude. No, it's all right. I'm not mad at you guys. I understand. Like, as people on the other end of the content, you don't feel the way I do. But I feel like I was just immersed in Brett Keane. And I don't want it. Like, it's not a part of my life anymore. I mean, you know, there may be some content I have to do in the future where I have to cover Brett Keane, but that'll be strictly professional shit. In my chill time, that man is as far from my fucking mind as like anything in the world could be. Hey, Paul, I got this fucking hilarious joke you probably haven't heard. Situation. Oh, shit. Fuck you, Coolman. Demodded. I'm kidding. Why just ban without warning? I didn't ban him. I timed him out. Quit being a pussy, dude. Quit being such a sensitive little pussy, dude. What like, oh my god, dude. The sand that's caked around his vulva, dude. FDG Gothic, dude. Go rinse the sand out of your crack, bro. Yeah, dude. Well, this is not a free speech zone, dude. This is never... I mean, like, anybody that's hung out in these streams knows that. It's weird because he indirectly changed... What? I have no idea what that's in reference to. You say all the time, and then the chat draws you back in. Yeah, I know, and I hate it. I hate it because you know what it is, dude? I think people have figured out that, like, I dealt with the manatee for so long that, like, it's almost like an autonomic response now. You know what I mean? To just list into the old fucking worn out impression and the old worn out fucking discussion and shit. And it's just like, oh my God, you know, because I'm just so used to it. Yeah, every time I get out, they pull me back in. No, it's just one of those things, man. I'm not like, whatever. I'm not mad at anybody. Even the dipshit that got the dunce cap, you know. What would be a good night job to supplement my income? Right now, I'm making decent money running my own dog walking business, but I have free time at night. Something somewhat fun, like a night gig that's fun. I don't know, man. If you took a bartending course or something, like that's not exactly easy work. Like that's going to be pretty backbreaking. But if you got a decent job, flipping bottles at like a pretty hot night joint and shit, that would actually be a really interesting job. You'd meet a lot of people, fast paced. You make a lot of goddamn money if you're, you know, if you've got like a modicum of fucking personality to you. I never tended bar at a joint, but like that was always something in the back of my mind, you know, if a job that I had fell through, you know, the type of thing that I could do. Take some quick, you know, bar back and bartending courses and work my way up at a bar and, you know, try and become a tender. Yeah, man. I think it would be a fun job for sure. You did say fun was a big part of that decision for you, and like I always imagine that. Yeah, I mean you got to put up with some bullshit, drunk assholes and stuff, but that's kind of par for the course for me. I got a lot of experience doing that in my life. Well, it's good to be streaming Laser Mouthful. Thank you. Well, that's the stuff that would be fun about being a bartender, right? Is playing, and like plus that personality and that personal connection just gets you more money. I mean, you got drunk assholes there. If you can get inside of a drunk asshole's head and make him think you're a really cool dude and shit, you're getting a fat fucking tip. They're gonna drunkenly open their wallet and dizzily grab that $100 bill at the end of the night and go, dude, you're fucking awesome, man. You know what I mean? And you just came up. And that's just one dude, you know? There's a bunch of people in the bar that did that night. Dude, you're making a fucking killing. Like, bartenders at really, really popular spots make a fucking killing. Another gig, too, that is really cush, chill, and you can make a killing at, too, if you get it at the right spot, is being a valet parker. That kind of job, dude, fuck, man. At the right kind of joint, you can, like, especially like for events and shit, you know, because it's probably kind of a sporadic job, but I'm telling you, dude, valet parkers clean the fuck up, and they literally basically do nothing for a living. They stand around, smoke cigarettes, and talk to each other until some rich fuck wants their car parked. They take that dude's keys and give him a ticket, and they park the car and then walk back and keep smoking. You know what I mean? Talk about a chill way to make some extra cash at night. See, I would never recommend somebody be a bouncer, but whatever. Like, that doesn't sound like a chill way to make cash. That sounds like that's the cool thing about being a bartender is like you're pretty much, if you're working at a decent joint, you're not having to handle security and shit. You know what I mean? Maybe at a shittier kind of joint, the bartender's also the dude that's got to fucking break up fights and shit, but at a higher end joint, you just, motion to a big, giant, muscly dude with a earpiece in his ear, and some drunk asshole just gets banished from your life. Pretty awesome. That's what I'm saying, Cynic. Fucking valet, dude. I know you guys clean up, dude. I just know it. It's one of those jobs, I've never done it. I'm not claiming to have firsthand experience, and I've never really known anybody that does it. But when I see valet dudes standing around at an upscale thing or at an event, I'm like, man, those fucking guys are making a killing. I mean, it can probably be a pretty rough job sometimes. You're probably doing a lot of running. But depending on your setup, I've seen valets that got like golf cart transport back and forth to the lot. So it's like they're not even having to walk. They jump in the Porsche, park it, jump in a little electric cart, head back to the fucking thing. Somebody else takes the cart back to pick up a car. You know what I mean? So it's just like... Bouncer is a shit job. Once in a while, you'll come across someone with a vendetta. Oh, yeah, dude. See, I wouldn't want to fucking deal with that bullshit. Driving nice cars was awesome, too, plus drunk chicks. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, that's another thing, too, is, like, valets are... Like, there's that part in the movie in Casino. If you guys have ever seen that movie, Casino, where he talks about the biggest money maker in the casino was the valet parking job. It was such a good job that you had to pay off the casino manager just to get the concession. These guys could get you anything. I mean, and that's true. Like, especially in Vegas and shit, that's still true. Valet parkers get hooked the fuck up because in a place like Vegas, at a destination spot like that where people are coming to act like they're rich, dude, they were like the valet, like, dude, you have so much opportunity to get under people's skin in a positive way and get extra tips and shit. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, you want tickets to this show? Dude, I know a guy that can get them for way cheaper. Dude, don't go in there. Don't go in that casino and buy tickets. Get them from me. I know a guy, I get them from half off. You just come down in like 15 minutes. I'll have them for you. You know what I mean? The scam is always running. But yeah, dude, those types of jobs, man, like a lot of people ask me, it's one of those questions you get a lot when you have a job like this. Like, dude, what if you can't do this anymore? What are you gonna do, man? Like, that's the type of job that I'll probably seek out if, this type of shit falls out from under me. Something that's customer facing, somewhere where I can, spark up a conversation with people now and again. That's where I'll be. Bartending somewhere. Once a rich dude gave me two grand in a strip club funny money plus a Benjamin. Damn, dude. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Look at that. What a beautiful night that must have been, dude. Pimp Monk is your bouncer. He comes and destroys drunk people by unleashing a torrent of cigarette smoke. Yeah, dude. Pimp Monk comes over and goes, hey man, you're gonna have to calm down, man. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Hey man, fuck you big catfish. Look. And before that guy even finishes the sentence, Pimp Monk just opens his mouth and goes, ah, just like a dense cloud of volcanic ash just spews in the dude's face. And he's like, oh, what the fuck, man? And Pimp Monk just picks him up by the scruff of his neck, tosses him out. Don't come back. Don't never come back up in here unless you want some more of that cigarette fire up in your face. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You see what happened? You see what happened when somebody come up in Pimp Monk Club? Start shit, get hit, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. That's the way it worked. I love Pimp Monk, man. Pimp Monk the best. This music, too, for that. What is this music? Whatever. We'll roll with it. I guess I do have to take something back that I said earlier in this stream. I was talking shit about how fewer people were showing up just by virtue of the fact that I'd moved, but that doesn't seem to be the case. There are 140 something of you guys in here. Hello, Ideology. Or not, sorry. Let me correct myself. Hello, not Ideology. How are you guys doing, man? Quite a few of you guys here. That's a heartening thing, man. That's not bad. That's not bad for one of these, dude, to not really see. Like, is it? Yeah, that a pretty general one of these that I would do over on the actual channel. Get about 140, 150, 160 people. That's pretty awesome, man. I apologize, Paul, but I'm going to fall asleep here. Well, that's all right. Go ahead, Raven. You ain't got to apologize for falling asleep. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. I was really shocked at how fast people, just unquestioningly came over here and dropped a sub. It was really nice of you guys. It's cool. I'm glad to be able to still do something like ideology. This is not ideology, by the way. We are. Once again, I have to fucking reiterate this, dude. This is not ideology. All right? Yeah, that stupid asshole Paul's ego over at the real ideology would probably be low enough to give us some stupid strike over here on the Poltergeist, dude. Fuck that stupid fat neck-bearded faggot over there, dude. Yep, this is not. Dude, I have reformed myself, guys. In the past, I've been bully. Now I am no longer bully. Okay? I'm no longer bully. No bully, no troll. No bully, no troll. Zero bully, zero troll. Little Parky is my rap name. Yeah, dude, Lil Parky. Oh, man. Cool man with the quick trigger finger. God, man. You should call this show The Dugout because you striked out. Oh. Oh, man, dude. The tism has a right. It's okay, though. It happens. It's like, it's like the flu season. Every stream has its, its tism season. Tism season has indeed started here. I know. It really wouldn't be right for us to have a stream like this without at least one super major outburst of the tiz. Maybe we should just turn on the bacon to de-tism the stream. I mean, maybe it'll work. I'll try it. Hey, tism guy. If if I do this, will you stop being tistic? What do you say, dude? What do you say? Come on, man. I'm willing to bargain with you. Yeah, no, I know. Like, this is what... At some point, probably just time out one of his things, because when I've done that in the past, he's less apt to just jump on his... He's got like 1 billion accounts, though. It's crazy. Like, you gotta... If nothing else, you gotta admire the dedication. I mean, he's got literally like 24 accounts just chilling, ready to go, dude, ready to pull the trigger. Yeah, he's got 100 tabs open, all of them logged into a different account, and boom, 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 dude. You gotta, whatever. It's a modern art form. He cares about his craft, man. He's got a message to get out there. And that message is the N-word a bunch of times. He really does. I mean, like, look, as annoying as it is, you've got to respect the level of dedication. You know what I mean? You've got to respect it. How many of these... Yeah, that's the question, right? How many of my live viewers... Like, how inflated is this number, dude? Because there could be like 20 of you guys in here, and like 128 of him, or like of the people watching are just him. God sprinkles, man. I could make one of those like short existential horror pieces about that. I might do it, dude. Yeah, this is our, I guess our first stream over here on the Poltergeist. TJ and I just kind of decided on our own and then came together to talk about it, and we both had the same idea of, like, splitting up our efforts between 2 channels when it comes to this. He's, and once again, it gives people a different identity to each channel as well. He's got some different ideas for things that he wants to do with his streaming platform. You saw some of that last night. It was really fun, man. I just kind of invaded it. But we had a really good time. Streamed for like 6 hours or some shit. Maybe even longer than that. What's your live stream viewers record? I think I've been up over like 600 or 700 on this channel. I've been way higher than that on Periscope. So it just depends on what era of the show you're talking about, I guess. Speaking of existential horror, I think you'd bake the perfect protagonist for a Lovecraftian cosmic horror novel. You embody existential dread to me in a good way. Whoa. Well, I don't know, dude. Yeah, maybe if Lovecraft was still alive, he could write a neckbeard Cthulhu novel. You know what I mean? I'd read it. I'd star in that. How's Bubble Theory coming along? Still working every day, still putting in the research hours. It's one of those things I'm just not going to be able to give you guys a conclusion for a long time, but it's progressing well. I'll give you that much. You do a great job at narrating a noir horror movie. Dude, those little vignettes that I put up on the channel, Who Do You Belong To, and the 5 Characteristics of a Dream, both of those I wrote on the fly. That the recording that you hear of those is my first performance of those, and I kind of wrote them on the fly just in response to a feeling of existential dread that I had. And I want to start doing that. I want to start making these little short, like 1 minute, maybe 1.5 minute max long examinations of those little moments of existential dread that creep into my life every single day. I don't know that I'll be able to catalog every one of them, but I want to start cataloging them here. It's going to scratch that itch for me to do creepypastas while freeing up it's a lot of time to do long narrations of creepypastas. I'll still do those here from time to time too. But those little short videos don't take all that long to make, like especially when you're writing them as you perform them, basically. You know, it's a little something different. That type of content is not for everybody. Understandably. But for me, that type of shit is working on all cinder blocks, dude. On all of them. I like shorter, micro pastas, I guess is what you would call them. But I don't know, I really enjoyed making those. Because I have a lot of those little thoughts that fill me with dread sometimes. Like the dream one was just a quick thought that I had. I was browsing an article about dreaming, and it mentioned those 5 characteristics, and I had that thought when I read those 5 characteristics. Like, how's that any different from my waking life? Let's go down the list and see if any of these don't apply to my waking life. Okay. And I went down the list and I was like, wow. No, they all do. Oh, God. Life is but a dream. Yeah, I haven't been able to get into that SCP shit. It seems really popular with people, but I just don't really, I don't understand it. A cliche like that fills you with existential dread. No, it was I didn't say it filled me to the brim. It wasn't something I was going to obsess about. It was just a moment of, you know, just a stark moment of realization that consciousness is a flawed system of interpretation, and that there really is no difference between what we experience every day and what we consider a dream. I hope you keep narrating, man. I love your style. You've got some serious talent for it. Keep on your narrations. And well, whatever. I'm not really looking to get huge. I just like having an outlet for that kind of thing. The government covered it up. The switching out of the first letters on names pretty played out, but this... Oh, well, whatever, dude. It is what it is, man. I mean, he's got to create a lot of accounts. So, you know what I mean? He can't really stop to spend too much time, being creative with each one. He's got to, he's just got to crank out a bunch of accounts, man. Yeah, doing the Lord's work, man. Is that a song? Yes, that's a song. Here, we'll try this part of Tism Theory. We'll see if this helps. I can, of course, still see you, but now his nonsense is being broadcast into the void. We'll see if that's his... it's all about sometimes trying to find out what's the motivation. Is it being talked about? Is it having their message displayed on something that's permanent? We'll see. We'll see, dude. We'll see what scratches his itch, dude. That's the thing. Like, we're all feeding it by giving acknowledgement at all. But it's hard not to acknowledge when you see the impressive scope of what the guy's doing. I mean, this level of autism is rarely seen. just report it, let YouTube sort it out. Yeah, dude, they're really adept at that. This guy's only been in operation for like a year and a half, dude, at least in these streams. The same dude. Yeah, YouTube's really taking care of business, dude. They've shut his whole fucking operation straight down. It's almost a compliment because he's spending, well, whatever. I don't really look at it as much of a compliment. But, you know, I can appreciate his dedication, if nothing else. You know what I mean? Do. Well, whatever, man. I mean, not everybody wants to participate in the conversation. You know, there's a lot of people lurking, you know what I mean? The vast majority of people watching us right now aren't directly participating in the conversation much. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that. And I'm fine with his attempt at a contribution. It's one of those things, you know, you got to deal with. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, the people who are chatting have a special place in my heart because, you know, this content is so dependent on you. Whereas the other stuff I do is really dependent more directly on me. This is, you know, and like, yeah, it's this content is dependent on me as well. But, you know, it's like so much of it is pulled from the chat and pulled from the whims of the chat. You know, it's a place where I like to indulge your whims from time to time. You know what I mean? And not always. I get a lot of do this, do that's from you guys, and I don't take them all. But every once in a while, I dial in on one that sounds like it might be fun, and we go and do that. And that's really what makes this channel. And none of the little things that we do here together would exist if it wasn't for some commenter pushing me down that avenue, you know. Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon and Fish RP and all these stupid little things we do together. You know, all of that stuff was born out of the people that actually participate in this chat. Mute that, bozo. You are the opposite of a lurker. You're one of the chattiest fucks in here. Not that that's a bad thing. What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. All right, dude. All right, dude. Everybody give me your mailing address right now in the chat. I'm going to send you your participation trophy for Ideology, dude. It's done. It's a done deal. Just type out your full address. I'm going to need your socials. And go ahead and link put it up on Imgur or something, just a copy of your driver's license or state ID, okay? And just put that in the chat. Dude, a lot of people live on Fake Street, dude. Look at this. Did you guys know that, like, so many people on your street? Did you guys know, dude? That so many people on your street, dude? Wow, there was like 18 people on Fake Street, dude. Wow, you guys should get together and do like a meetup or like have a smoke sesh together or something. Holy wow. P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, Georgia. Cool, dude. Wow. Wow, you actually live in the house from Finding Nemo, dude? You live in the house from the one that's mentioned in Finding Nemo? Holy shit, dude. Social Security number 1488. Thank you. Noted. Appreciate your candor, Hans Schnitzel. It's the name of the government covered it up song. I think that's the the War of 1988 is the name of that song. And it's a Bearded Lesbians track that's being worked on. So I hear. The last time I talked to the lesbos, that's what they told me at least. Oh yeah, dude, you can totally type your passwords in the chat, and the chat will No, I'm kidding, dude. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that, dude. Don't give me your passwords, dude. I don't want that shit. Any Easter plans? Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna be eating birthday cake on Easter. This is weird. But for the first time, I think in my entire life, I might be wrong about that. But Easter is my birthday. Easter Sunday is April Fool's Day this year, which is my birthday. So, everybody in the household has asked me what I want to do on my birthday. And I was just like, let's just have some cake and sit around and we'll eat cake and we'll watch a movie or something. So yeah, I guess I'll be eating cake. Yeah, dude. Jesus died on my birthday. Yeah, triple holiday day. Well, Easter, I mean, let's be honest, I don't give a fuck about no Easter. I don't celebrate Easter as a grown man, so that doesn't, whatever. April Fool's Day is kind of fun because of the prank aspect of shit that people will pull. And my birthday is kind of fun, too, so... Yeah, triple holiday, dude. 3 for 1. Dude, I'm gonna eat a whole thing of Cadbury cream eggs, dude. Try and stop me. I'm gonna go to the store and get a whole thing of them. And I'm gonna eat a whole thing of them. In fact, I'm going to get a birthday cake that is just nothing but a pile of Cadbury cream eggs with frosting covering it. Pagan situations coming through with the pagan perspective, dude. Yeah, dude. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, spring, man. The vernal sun returns. Spring and life returns after the cycle of cold death of winter. Its grip retreats, and life springs forth once again from the land. Dude, maybe I need to talk with pagan situations and see if I'm ready at this point in my life to convert to paganism for a while and try that druidic lifestyle, you know what I mean? What would you guys think of me if I did that shit? Like, honestly. Like, if I was just like, nothing changed about my content other than, like, I'm doing this pagan thing, dude. I'm worshiping the fucking Mother Earth and the stars and the moon, all right? And in my free time, I do some rituals and shit. I go out into the woods. I have some sex and, some blood magic out there. All right? All right? What would you guys think, honestly? Would you guys be like, oh, shit, it's over. Paul's gone off his fucking nut. Or would you be like, yeah, dude, it's just Paul being Paul. I don't know. It depends on what kind of sex. Well, you guys don't get to be privy to that. It's my personal fucking beliefs, man. Well, that's the thing, is like I need to do the research for my eventual cult. And I'm really not, like, it's one lifestyle that I never tried, dude. I was a lapsed Christian as a kid. I know what that's like. I've been an atheist since, but I never tried that whole pagan shit. So see, that's whatever pagan situation. See, that's why I'm actually considering having this conversation with you, dude. Because you're right, dude. I like, look, say what you fucking want, man. But I had some crazy, well, of course I was on LSD, but man, some really elemental shit happened that night, man. Some really fundamental kind of perspective changing shit, dude. And pagan situation sniffed that out, dude. See, I haven't even really talked about that shit because I don't know what to do with it. You opened your mind. It's okay to admit that everything you see and believe is a trick of your... Well, I'll see, I already believe that, so I'm halfway to being a pagan. Yeah, worship the dirt and the trees. I don't know, man. I worshipped at the altar of that fire that night, dude. I spent a lot of time watching that fire, and it was like watching one of the oldest... It was like watching entropy and fast forward, man. It was one of the most beautiful things. One of the most memorable things, dude. I gave Satanism some serious consideration just to piss people off, but Satanists are too over the top annoying. Well, it depends on the Satanist, too. A lot of Satanists are, very kind of... It's a very starkly unreligious religion. It's a very tongue-in-cheek kind of mockery of the church rather than an actual religion. So it just depends on what you get. Like Levian ritualistic Satanists would probably be pretty hard for me to deal with. But I'm not even really thinking about Satanism. I mean, maybe that's what it would be, in a broader context. I'm just talking about, like, finding some way to commune with the natural world. You know what I mean? To establish some kind of connection between me and that which makes me. The earth, the dirt, the atoms and the molecules of carbon and matter that float around out there, like, the stardust, right? That type of thing. Naturalism, yeah. Yeah, man. Like, I want to actually, and like, I want to go commune with nature too. Like, as part of this, like, stab at religion, right? As part of this shit, I want to go out into nature. You know what I mean? Out into the woods and spend time deliberately away from like here. Let me tell you something. I have this fantasy in my head, and you guys are all gonna fucking think it's ridiculous, but whatever. I'm gonna share my fantasy with you. And a lot of people would think that this is a dark fantasy, but I don't really see it that way. It's a liberating fantasy for me to have, okay? Here we go. You ready for this? You ready for this? You ready for my fantasies? I have this recurring, deep-rooted desire and fantasy of just walking away from my life totally. Like, not just like changing my name and moving to a different city and starting a new life. Not that at all. I'm talking about walking away from this type of life totally, including everything and everyone in it, and just going into the fucking woods and living alone for a few years. Like, I have wanted, like, since I was a kid, I've had this feeling. It's like wanderlust, I guess, maybe you'd call it. But it's so deep, and it's like I said, it's not new. This is something that's had like a grip on me since I was little. When I was little, I used to feel called to the mountains, because it's kind of sad thing about where I grew up. When I was really little, you could see beautifully from the town I grew up in both the Sierra Nevada mountain range and the California coastal range. And they were beautiful mountains, snow-capped and green and just beautiful, idyllic-looking mountains. And I used to fucking fantasize as a child. Some of my earliest memories are just wandering into nothing. You know what I mean? Just like I want to just walk until I reach those mountains, and then I want to keep going. And I just want to go out there and just be out there for a while. Now, I know that it's totally fucking impractical. I know that it's totally fucking impractical. I would totally fucking not survive 2 or 3 days out in the wilderness. I get it. But it's just, there is something in me that wants that still. Kind of like Into the Wild? I mean, I guess so. But really with no objective, though. It's not like I want, because like I said, like this is something that I've had in me since I was a kid. So it's not like I'm wanting to get away from the drudgery of, modern life or whatever. That's not rooted in that. There's something deeper. There's something fundamentally inside of me that wants that. Some part of my psychology. But, you know what I mean? A tree house, yeah, man. Why not? It's the full moon, huh? Is that what it is? The moon calls to us and makes us want to go fucking crazy like werewolves out in the woods and shit. I don't know, man. We gotta have some conversations, pagan situations. You gotta fill me in on some shit, man. Would you go naked? I mean, no. That would be kind of... I don't know, dude. See, like that, the fantasy doesn't involve the specifics. It just involves me walking away from everything. Not in a sad way, not in like a vindictive way, not in a like, oh man, I hate everybody that's around me and I just want to get away from it. And just like, this is my decision to leave all of this behind and be something else. That's the fantasy, right? And that fantasy is kind of depicted in my head as me walking off into the woods. But really, it's more about that. It's more about just having the freedom to decide, not only do I not want to associate with anybody that I know ever again, but, and not out of, like I said, not out of spite or malice, just because I can. And I don't want to participate in this modern style of life anymore. Because I can make that decision. Whatever. That's the fantasy, right? An April Fool's reading of whatever this fanfic is. Let's see. Doom, Repercussions of Evil. Oh god, dude. What the fuck? Alright, maybe. Oh god, what is this? Alright, I don't need this. I don't want this in my life. Alright, I'm done with this. I don't know what else to do at this point. Like, all this music is pissing me off, man. I wish I could play the music that I actually like to listen to softly behind me as I did these, because that would be really soothing, but that's not an option here. I mean, maybe it would be. See, that's the thing. If I did these, see, I'd have to figure out how to, I don't know. I've just got to think, man. If there was a way for me to broadcast the music to you guys, but not record it, and I could just stream it, and then immediately take the stream down and re-upload it without the music, I don't even know if that would be I'm sure it's possible. I just don't have the know-how to fucking wire that out. I can almost guarantee it's totally possible. And then, like, I don't know, though. What would be the chances that I get shut down midstream for playing this shit? You know what I mean? I know Twitch streamers probably do that, yeah. I just have to figure it out. Yeah, I just have to figure out how to separate my system audio from my mic audio, which is probably already is separated. And then I guess I'd record it with OBS that way. I don't know. Because, yeah, I guess I'd have to record it with something outside of OBS to accomplish that, probably. I don't know, man. I'll have to figure it out. I'm sure it's easy. Just get a I have a fucking. If my camera was fucking working, I'd show you, dude. I've got a fucking 4-track mixer, USB interface kind of mixer just sitting here. So I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there's a way to isolate that only, plus the video of the stream from the music that you guys would be able to hear during the live stream. See, that's the part that confuses me, is how would I make it audible to you guys during the stream? But I don't know, whatever. I have to figure it out. I'm not a fucking audio engineer, as you can tell. I'm still learning all this shit as I go. Make a Spotify playlist and have us all listen in. Have a little thing in the bottom right. Oh, yeah. See, I don't know how to do that bottom right shit, but that would totally work. I do have a Spotify. That would work at least for the live viewers, I guess. I don't know how many of the people out there look, dude, it really wouldn't be all that much work if I gave you guys my Spotify and just, remind you at the top of every stream, hey, if you want to listen to what I'm listening to during the stream, here's the Spotify playlist that I'll be using tonight. I don't know. I fucking know. Would you rather direct a movie with an infinite budget or start a cult with thousands of followers? Right now in my life, the answer to that question would be direct a movie with an infinite budget. The answer to that might change as I get older. Yeah, I could just select the region of my Spotify player or whatever. Yeah, I'll get it figured out. Maybe it would be cool. I don't know. Yeah, it would be a lot of work for people that want to listen along, though, because they'd have to go through the playlist and find the song. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know, man. Have to figure it out. Maybe if I did these, see, that's the thing. I would move these streams to Twitch, right? And then just use this as the archive channel for the streams. But I just fear that, if we delve, because, we're not talking about anything off color here now, but, if we delve into some shit that is against Twitter's, very restrictive policy against this, that, or the other thing, then, I just get banned. So it doesn't make, Twitch is really the only other platform that even makes any sense for this kind of a show. But I've also thought about moving this to some audio only platform. You know what I mean? Where the archive of the stream, but see that makes people lose the visual element. I don't know. Once again, we've devolved into talking about housekeeping bullshit for this channel, which is not all that fun. Not all that interesting as a topic. It's just shit I've got to go through in my head. It really matters on your gear and the software you're using to be fair to a fair degree. Yeah, I know. It'd be a hard thing to diagnose, I'm sure. I mean, whatever. I'll figure it out. Apparently Pornhub are starting their own version of YouTube. Oh yeah, dude. If that ends up taking off, then I may say fucking Auf Wiedersehen to YouTube altogether. Auf Wiedersehen, YouTube. Because, yeah, man, if they can pull off a less restrictive platform that's more like old school YouTube in terms of, like, content and video response. Oh, man, dude, if they do it up right, it's the dream. I mean, Pornhub is going to have to start a streaming platform called something other than Pornhub, though. That's going to have to change. But if they do it, dude, I'm fucking behind that shit. Hell yeah. Yeah, fuck this YouTube nonsense, dude. Most meh movie you've ever seen. The most, like, mediocre film I've ever seen in my life. The most tragically middle-of-the-road film. I don't know. There's, like, the hard thing about a mediocre movie is that you don't really remember them afterwards. I mean, hence their mediocrity, right? You remember the really bad trash, you remember the really good movies, but the mediocre just kind of like bland, bleh. Like if you want a really good example of a truly mediocre film, watch that movie The Snowman that came out recently, like late last year. That movie is tragically mediocre in every aspect. There's so much, just everything about it, dude. The performances in it are just, you can tell that people are bored. The writing is atrocious. The storyboarding was atrocious for the film. The final edit was it's just, I don't know, man. The Orient Express, meh. I don't know. Yeah, kind of. I felt pretty middling about the Orient Express. I wanted to like it way more than I did. I haven't watched the movie My Friend Dahmer, but I have read the graphic novel upon which that movie is based. TJ actually let me borrow it. The first time I came down to Ohio to be in studio for the first time, I stayed there. I was supposed to be there for 2 weeks, and I ended up staying there for a little over 2 months. And TJ knew I was going out of my mind in my little fucking shitty ass, because I was renting at that time a shitty little, what do they call them? Extended stay apartment, basically. It's like a hotel room with a little kitchenette, and it's really cheap because you buy it by the week. So that's what I was doing. And at that time, dude, my life was fucking insane. Oh, dude, I can't even tell you how fucking crazy my life was. I literally didn't have a place to live. So at the time I first went to Ohio, I still hadn't secured an apartment yet. So I was basically living out of hotels on what meager savings I had after the divorce. And that extended stay, dude, I stayed there 2 months. I lived I lived in that shitty little place. And it was all right, man. I didn't spend the majority of my time there. I was hanging out with the guys 90% of the time, but TJ graciously lent me that graphic novel, and it was really cool. I can't remember what I was paying per week there, honestly, but I think it was really cheap, man. In comparison to like the nightly rate at a shitty hotel, like it was way cheaper. But that's definitely like one of those fallback things, those extended stays. It's impossible to search Poltergeist on YouTube. Well, I mean, like I said, I activated this channel like 48 hours ago, so it's probably just not in the rotation and shit. Too bad Airbnb didn't exist. Would be cheaper. I don't think Airbnbs would be cheaper than... Wait, or are you saying like if Airbnb didn't exist, then it would be even cheaper to stay at an extended stay? I don't know. Turn on channel filtering? I don't, whatever. Oh, filter it to channel, whatever. Yeah, it would probably find it that way. I stayed in them for $200 to $300 a month. Yeah, I think that's about what I was paying too. It was totally I mean, it was more than I wanted to be paying, but totally affordable given the other options, which was nothing at that point. Like I needed time to secure an apartment, and I was so busy trying to work, all that shit happened at once. My divorce preceded my being hired by the Drunken Peasants on a part-time basis by literal days. I had no plan when I left my marriage. So, it was just like crazy. I got to San Antonio. I was getting to know Ashley. And, fuck, man. I just remember having a phone. TJ called me on the phone one day and was like, all right, so we want to bring you on like a trial basis. So, here's what we're going to pay, and here's what your responsibilities will be. And I was just like, oh my God, dude, it was like manna from heaven. Because I had there was nothing up until that point that would lead me to believe that they were even considering that. You know what I mean? Like I was, at that point, I was still like on the show on like a trial basis, but like there wasn't, I don't know. It was just crazy, dude. It was just a crazy fucking... It was a crazy time to be alive. I when I got to San Antonio, I immediately moved into a hotel, and stupidly, I moved into a hotel that was pretty expensive because I wanted a nice place to be able to hang out with Ashley, and I just needed like a little bit of comfort for a couple of days. But as soon as I actually, because when you do something like that, you're not even really thinking about I don't know, finances were the furthest thing from my mind. But then I actually looked at the price of the room that I was, and it wasn't some exorbitant thing, but it was like some stupid suite, in one of those like little corporate suite things. You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh my God, I'm paying an insane amount of money for this. Let's move. So I moved to a different hotel, and then I was there for about a week, living in a Staybridge Suites that was right across the street from Ashley's work. Ashley was working at a fucking Cracker Barrel at the time, and I was staying at it was right off the interstate in San Antonio, and I was staying there. And then the guys call me and tell me, hey, we're doing this LA meetup shit. And I was like, okay. And they're like, yep, we want you to come down, and, we want to meet you and talk to you about some stuff. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm there. So I immediately booked, once again, this is in the aftermath. I just left my wife. My marriage had just ended. Like literally, a week maybe before this, and all of a sudden I'm looking to book a hotel for a week in LA, and I'm going to be living in LA for a week. You know what I mean? Because I don't have a house at this point. I don't have a place to stay. I haven't been able to secure an apartment yet. So it's like, so I ended up living in LA. I think we ended up staying longer than I anticipated in LA too. I think it was supposed to be there only a week, and I ended up staying the full week and a half that the guys were there. And stayed in a Motel 6 in Hollywood. Then immediately back to San Antonio after that. Back into a hotel. You know what, dude? It's not hell. In fact, there was something really liberating about living in hotels. Now, the problem with living in hotels is the expense of it. But the lifestyle is kind of liberating, man. Especially if you've been tied to one place for a very long time. The idea that your house can be in any city in the country is kind of a cool thing, you know? Even if it means that you've got to basically pare down everything that you own to a duffel bag or two. Gothic, like, I shouldn't have to say this because you shouldn't be a douchebag, but it's like the third time in a row I've seen you mention my ex-wife. Like, she has nothing to do with anything that I'm doing, and I'm not going to be talking about her here, and your constant fucking nattering about her is unwanted and unneeded. So take that level of autism elsewhere. Think about it for 300 seconds with the fucking dunce cap on and see if you want to still be a part of this channel. That's one of the hard lines in the sand for me. I mean, I shouldn't even have to say it. Yep, sit in the naughty stool. Think about what you've done. Now, the only reason that I'm sparing him is because I've seen him around here a lot, and I hate to ban somebody that's been here a bunch of times, even if he is trolling, but that type of shit, like, it just isn't, it's not going to happen ever for you. Reminds me of that George Clooney movie, Fly, or something like that. What? Fly? What? Living out of the suitcase. Yeah, man. It's definitely, like, I was definitely, by the time, because, you know, I went back to San Antonio with, after the LA shit, with the full intention to get a place there. And 2 or 3 days after I got back, the guys call again, and they're like, yeah, man, we want you to fly. No. That's not even how it worked. We were in LA. And we ended up staying as long as the guys did. And I think TJ floated to me. He was like, dude, why don't you just, like, you know, change your ticket that is taking you back to San Antonio, have it take you to Ohio. I was like, all right. So that's what we did. That's right, dude. I forgot how fucking crazy my life was in those first few months. But you got to understand, dude. It was, and on top of that, I'm starting on the Drunken Peasants with all of the pressure of, you know, trying to become a part of a really well-established show with a really vocal fan base, you know what I mean? And my life is like, all right, I'm living in, you know, divorce, living in a hotel in San Antonio, living in a hotel in LA, living in a hotel in fucking Ohio. You know what I mean? Then back to San Antonio and do another hotel. All the while crisscrossing the country, only twice by air and twice by car. Because when we came back from Ohio, there was absolutely no way I was going to be able to afford those plane tickets. It was just not happening. So we rented a car in Ohio, and I drove it all the way from Columbus, Ohio, to South Central Texas. Fucking A, dude. That's a soul-crushing drive. It was nice to be unfettered. I think it helped me through the rough time after a divorce. A lot of times when people, you know, a long-term relationship breaks up, yeah, people end up in hotels and stuff after that, but they end up in one hotel. And it's usually near, you know, where they live because they have to work. So I was really lucky, I guess, in my divorce to have the limited amount of freedom that I did have to just get the fuck out of Dodge. Because I got to tell you, man, that's one of those things about divorce that you just don't know until you've been through it. Like being in the same town and around all the people, especially if it's like a really long relationship. Oh man, dude, there's nothing worse. I knew I had to leave. I knew I had to leave not only the marriage, but like that town. There's just no way, man. And for a lot of people, that's just not an option. They've got these jobs that they want to keep, so they have to stay and marinate in all of that bullshit. I was able to free myself from that, and I guess that makes me lucky. We owned a house. That's why you never want to get married. I mean, I don't blame you, dude. I've never, even before my divorce, I've never been the type of dude that tried to push marriage on people. It's one of those things, man, and it really gets pushed on people hard, man. There's a lot of social pressure in this country to get married. Like when you reach a certain age and like, or you've been dating a person for a certain amount of time, it's like everybody surrounding you and your friends and family starts tapping their foot and dropping hints. And it's just like, why are you doing this? Like, why is it so important to you that I commit my life to this other person with a ceremony and shit? Like, but it really is. I mean, that's just the way it is, dude. Like, people are just, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure in Western society to get married, settle down, do the little white picket fence thing, have kids. Did you ever think about the possibility of a divorce when you were first getting married? Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm a child of divorce, so nobody grows up in a quote unquote broken home that and then goes on to get married and doesn't consider the eventuality of divorce. It just happens. Like anybody that's entering into a marriage needs to understand that the statistics are not good in terms of how long marriages last. Like there's a really significant chance when you get married that you're going to get divorced, whether it's 5 years in, 10 years in. So, like a lot of marriages end in the first year. Think about that. Like a lot of the divorces that happen are people that get married and then in the first year of being married couple realize what a mistake they've made and go, nope, 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 nope. Marriage, college, and insurance are all scams. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, dude, find somebody to live out in the woods with. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Just club a bitch over the head and drag her out into the woods like the cavemen of old. Start a new clan, the clan of the cave bear, dude. That's a disturbing movie, by the way. The clan of the cave bear. I grew up in a broken home, but I've had the same girl for more than 10 years. Sometimes I think it makes me more likely to last. Well, I was with my ex-wife for 12, almost 13 years. We were married for, I want to say, 6 of that. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Here's the thing. Like, I don't mean to bring doom and gloom to other people's lives. Maybe you and your girl will be this, happy couple forever. But I just don't see a lot of that happening, especially in, like, marriages, man. Marriage is just a retarded concept. Doesn't mean you love someone more. I mean, whatever. I understand, like, why that, so, why society has that pressure. It's all about the perpetuation of the species, right? That's what a marriage is, really. It's not a celebration of the marriage. It's a celebration of the continuation of the human race. These people are going to get together. They're going to create a baby, and then some days those baby, someday in the distant future, those babies will make babies and have the same ritual, and it's a connection to that line going all the way back to the beginning, and Also, kind of like the desire to push things forward, to move forward. So I understand it. From a human perspective, at least, I can understand why people are obsessed with marriage. But from a practical standpoint, does it work? I don't know if I believe it does. Do you think you can last longer if you don't get married even? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, maybe a lot of relationships benefit from that lack of strain of being inextricably linked to a person. I don't know. Yeah, tax breaks for being married is another reason. I mean, but, the reason that's incentivized is because it almost necessitates a domestic lifestyle that follows the status quo. Why wouldn't the government want to subsidize marriage? It turns you into a good little consumer that's going to make a bunch of rugrats. I'm told everyone I've told everyone I'm not interested in having children and they still push marriage. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Marriage and children, I guess, are not linked in my head, but that's probably just because it wasn't possible for me. So, but yeah, I guess, there really is, like I was talking about it earlier, there's a heavy expectation that you'll procreate when you get married because that starts immediately. As soon as you do get married, then all that, like, when you going to get married? When you going to get married? Hey, oh man, clock's ticking, man. How long have you guys been together? Whoa, ho, 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 ho. As soon as you get married, it turns into when are you going to have babies? When are you going to get kids? How many? Oh my God, are you guys trying? Or when can we expect? When are we going to hear the pitter patter of little feet? That immediately starts. And it's just like, oh my God. So you trade one social pressure for another. This is why Jim Jones dissolved all marriages. Yeah, dude, there you go. He had it right, man. He knew what he was doing. But it's more like my dad saying, "You're my only son and you're going to let me die before you give me a grandchild." Yeah, dude, it's like, what the fuck? How dude, you old fucking piece of shit. Like how is dude, how am I dude, isn't it the other way around? You're my parent. Like how am I responsible for the expectations you have for your life? I didn't make you, you motherfucker. You made me. You're supposed to support what I want and what I do and subvert your fucking will to me. Just because I'm an adult and you don't have to change my diapers anymore doesn't mean, like, I need to fucking spit out a kid before I'm ready so that your old wrinkled ass gets to meet it. Fuck you. But yeah, there's a lot of that shit. And it's just, like, really socially acceptable kind of harassment from people, too. Yeah, living vicariously through your children, indeed. Isn't it great? I'm happy I'm gay, so I'll never have kids. Oh, isn't that great for you, dude? Can't have butt babies. Ain't that the truth? Well, folks, this has been a nice first stream. A little heavy on the what am I going to do with this channel talk, but otherwise, a fun one. Thank you guys, as always. I'm not even going to play any outro music this time because I am sick of this shit. I'm going to have to try and fix this music problem. So, next time, guys, it's been fun. Thank you for watching Not Ideology. And I'll see you soon. Peace.